Next up, stage selection.
Metro City
The stage is set. It's time to select a character.
It's time to heat up for the fight of my life. Show 'em what I got, cause you know that it's my time. Brought till I fall, boy. Give it my all, boy. Got me feeling like I can fight them all, boy. The time has come, the bell is run. No weekends, yeah, you know that I'm a star, boy. My blood, sweat, and tears. I've been struggling for years.
Let's dance.
I'm saying I'm one of a kind and they ain't built them like me. Vision myself a champion, one day I might be. Proud of what I see from the man in the mirror. A real freedom fighter, got a problem, what's the deal? Everybody know that I always keep it real. I fall down, I get up, I keep pushing still. They recognize I'm a champion. I did it all, even what they say can't be done. I wear my stripes proud, I raise my flag high, and I'ma stay free.
Both sides ready to roll, and we're getting into the match.
Yeah, I've been a success. I'm like a diamond, I shine under pressure.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Puts one in the pocket. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. That drive impact is blocked. Okay, creating some space here. The drink level's at 4. All inhibitions are out the window. All right, what's coming up next? Wada picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake. Player one on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Jumps up. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Were they baiting them into that? 100-hand slap. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Drive reversal. Earns a breather to reset the situation. Player one can't use any drive, brushes that off and keeps going. Burnout activated. Uses the gauge for the super. They are not playing around here. Player two is not, they were not clear for takeoff. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Back to the character select screen. Seems to be more to settle their nerves than anything else.
You know I'm do or die with this. Journey started young, super hard-headed. Call me crazy, but you is not my psychiatrist. Been through a lifetime of strife and struggling. Be the best, that's my covenant. And I'ma live forever, that's my legacy. Greatest of all time, that's what they gon' label me. Put in work, I did my part. They like, keep on going.
Our fighters have selected their characters, and they're ready for business.
Pushing forward, highly motivated. They try to say I'm overrated. I'm ready for a fight when it's on, it's on. I'm charging like a bull when it's on, it's on.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Charges in with authority. Opts for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. All right, they throw them into the corner. They're looking to keep the pressure on and do some damage. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Grabs them, takes a trip. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Parries the attack. Knife lead opens up. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Time's the only thing moving here. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Trying to read each other here? And that attack ends it. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Just baits out the attack and gets the punish count. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. What'll happen delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 1 just goes for it at this range. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Oh no, they're stunned. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Brushes that off and keeps going. Going in, drives it back, misses. Oh, the passes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
Such a lovely face.
What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Get powered up. Absolutely relentless. Good. Reversal. Brings a breather to reset the situation. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. No resources to work with. They gotta do this the old-fashioned way. Perfectly executed. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The jump in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to put, looking to cook them up, weaving that super art into the combo. Knockdown. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Takes a trip. And the throw ends the round. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Spirits are lifted. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jumps. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. They gotta be careful here because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Super clutch corner stick. Gets out of the corner. Charges forward. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Reads the jump in perfectly. Butt smash. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Dashes, throws them. Throw missed. Still scratching. Gotta do better than that. Oh, now that is a punish. Player 1, all the throw connects. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Drops that off. Connects with the throw. And yo, Jury's going to a dark place. Tyson Dankai Raku. Player 1 may be able to pull a fast one, especially with the super art ready. Oh man, this is a scary ring. Scoops him up airborne. Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game. Looking to switch it up? This is a good chance for a breather.
I'm ready for you. It's time to heat up for the fight of my life. Show me what I make ways to the ninja style. Brought till I fall, boy. Give it my all, boy.
Open those shutters. We're ready to fight.
The time has come, the bell is rung. No weekends here, you know that I'm a star.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Step into the ring.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Throws them down. Jump in, finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Alright, what's coming up next? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Doesn't let up and gets the stun. This round may be as good as over. What'll happen here? KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start. Stick and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. The low doesn't connect. Breaks the block with a foot, experiencing burnout. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1, they're going for the super art. Medium kick hits. Grabs and throws him away. Quick breather. Still slugging it out at this range. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Does Kotodeki tune up and the counterattack connects. Great sense to take advantage of even the smallest opening. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Misses the grab. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. The jump in catches them. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Whiffs the throw. Spends the gauge for the driver. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Comes crashing down on them with some Bushin beat. Knockdown. Finishes it with the anti-air. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their grounding. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Smart play with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Slides and goes for the legs. Oh, now that is a punish. Burnout activates. This is gonna hurt. A jump in, sets up with the jump in. Sends him flying. One player in. What a finish. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Cross up. Who will come out on top in this final round? This can lead to some big damage. We're just getting started here. Who will take control? Both fighters look to set. Connects with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Crowns him from above. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Medium kick into the bulldozer levels him. Okay, here we go. Player 2 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. This is gonna hurt. What now? Sets up with the jump in. Player 2, are you kidding me? Player 1 really had to fight for that one. Looking to switch it up? This is a good chance for a breather.
I'm like a diamond under pressure.
I'm ready for you.
I learned all my lessons. I realize I gotta kill all my blessings. I'm working hard every day to be a better man. If practice makes perfect, then I'm already a veteran. I suffer from defeat. Success is my medicine.
Our fighters have selected their characters, and they're ready for business.
I'll
show you the power of my kung fu.
At this point, I'm fighting for pride, I'm fighting for life. Reputation on the line. I'm ready for a fight when it's on, it's on.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
I'm not gonna.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Jump in finds the mark. The impact gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Knockdown. Nails the timing and stings you, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time, so it's vital to not let that happen. Got their eye on the air. Sticks the jump in. Gets in a Hazanshu. Player 2 chases, charges forward. This is a critical... burnout activates. Player 1 can't baits out the attack and gets the punish count. KO. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Tries to set the tone with that charge, delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 1 can build off this lead. Time to sit on the lead. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Out of range. Relatively safe. Anti-air drops. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Good job, escapes Hazanshu. A wheel pumps the brakes on the impact. Tries to act flatline zone. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Walks up. The last round. It's now or never. Are they trying to bait a throw? They may have something up their sleeve. Both players look reversal. Earns a breather to reset the situation. This is gonna hurt. Will this super art do anything? Not wasting any time spinning that meter. Both stop, crowns them from above. Player 1, this could lead to some big damage. The jump in is denied. Sets up with the jump in. There's a drive impact. 100 hit, turning it right up with a super. Hold up, it's the final bout. Pack it up. This match might be over. Dangerous range here. Knocked him out of the air. Tries to act quickly, but with the gets them in the air. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Goes air to deny them a chance. They're on the lookout for jump-ins. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Misses the drive impact. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again. Big opening ready to be taken advantage of after that parry. All right, what's coming up next? Life lead opens up. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Good old slaps. Player 1 has the life advantage. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Hits them with a stop and bomb. Peppers them with the lightning kick. Medium kick hits. Are you serious? They had a read on that jump in the whole time? Yo, kicking off their facial features with the Hayokusen. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. Burnout activates. Lightning kicks. Manages to block the jump in attack. There's a change of sides. Anti-air in the clutch. Both sides getting ready. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Tons of space between the fighters now. Drive impact misses. The super doesn't hit. Impact squash. And whip. They're wide open. Amazing. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Both of them want to pull the trigger so badly. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. They back down to regroup. This may be the final push. No lapse in judgment goes unpunished. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Oh, says no to the impact. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Grabs him. Was well in range to score the throw. Still slugging it out here. Both fighters are looking at near empty drive gauges. Not much drive to work with at the moment. Knockdown. Sticks the jump in. Heading into the end. Burnout activates. Where's their opening? Hazashi threw him off with the overhead. Player 2 needs to use the threat and the throw ends the round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see brushes that off and keeps going. Throws them to negate the block. Brushes off the impact. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Player 2, they can't squander this punish counter chance. Knockdown and... Player 1 uses the gauge for a super art. Burns all three for the final bout. I hope they've got a stretcher on standby. Damn. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. Going on the offensive, charges forward. Player 2, overhead. Pulls out the big guns with a Sultan ground tap. I never get tired of seeing this. Here it comes. Perfect execution with the anti-air. They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Shoots their shot, hits them with a drive impact. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Blocks the ambiguous cross-up. Some fine spacing and timing. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. They need to make good use of the gauge without emptying it. Player 1 needs to deal with they've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. A good chance to attack before the opponent's drive gauge recovers. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their driving. Experiencing burnout. Jumps in. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. The jump in is denied. Hazashi threw him off with the overhead. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Tight punish. You gotta be mindful of reach and jump. Hits them with a stop and bop. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. A super art. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire straits. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Oh, is this it? Or are they still in this? Are they dead? Oh, they're dead! What a way to close it out! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Back to the character select screen. Must have something planned.
I'm like a diamond, I shot under pressure. can try me, I learned all my lessons. I realize I gotta kill all my blessings. I'm working hard every day.
I'll show you strong. I'm ready for you.
Defeat, so success is my medicine. Destined for greatness, so you know that I'm back again. Back on my feet after I fell down. Always ready for a fight, never back down. At this point, I'm fighting for pride, I'm fighting for life. Reputation on the line, so I'm fighting for mine. You ain't gotta really like me, but you must respect me. I'm saying, if they ever try to check me, ain't gonna let them wreck me. Remain, gotta remind myself where I came from.
Our fighters have selected their characters, and they're ready for business.
Isn't it evident? Ain't stopped before, not planning on stopping.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Mono's metal level is still kinda low here. They're gonna need to find some chances to boost it. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. This is a real back and forth match for some. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Player 1 is in burnout. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Good old slap. Knockdown and the drive-in Pepe. Oh. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Butt smash. Anything off hits him with a stopping block. Jumps in. Smart play with the throw. Still slugging it out at this range. They're going for the super art. Responds with the ultimate killer head wrap. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Round 1.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. A little too greedy there. They trade hits, and now the super armor does its job. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity, takes a trip. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Grabs him, knockdown. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Butt smash! They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Closes it with a classic corner throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jumps in. Who's going to start things off? Brushes that off and keeps going. Throws them to negate the block. Good work staying in glow range there. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Mono relies on boosting that metal level up to secure better damage. The charge is forward. Player 1 creates a good core. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Good old slaps. They're going for the super art ultimate killer head wrap. Player 1 is dominating this match. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. One chance here may end. That's gonna leave them rattled. Knockdown and... Are we gonna see a comeback here? Sets up with the jump in.
Get a load of this.
Wraps it up with a throw. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps. Throws them to negate the block. Closes the gap for the grab. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Misses the drive impact. Oh, talk about overextending. Anything could happen here. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps in. Very solid corner stage. Gets out of the corner. Blocks it. Goes for the jump. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Get ready, because it's time for the final bout. Cashes out the meter to get a ringside seat. We have Super Archon finishes it with the anti-air. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. Back to the character select screen. Must have something planned.
Another mission awaits.
Open those shutters. We're ready to fight. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Charges in with authority. The impact gets blocked. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. What are they thinking? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Did well to get the buff in there. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter. Saw that drive impact coming from a mile away and parried. Burnout activates. A quick breather. In there! Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Good old slaps. Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Looking for a chance. Jump? Just goes for it at this range. Player 1 is nice read with a cannon spike. Player burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Hits him with a stop and pop. A quick breather. Player 2 reads the jump in perfectly. Connects with the throw. Player 1 can't use any drive move. Gotta closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build. Buy some time to switch up the pace.
Gotta make my own highlights. It's time to heat up for the fight of my
Another
life.
mission
Show what I
awaits.
got, 'cause you know it's my time.
I'm ready for you.
Give it my all, boy. Got me feeling like I got them all, boy. The time has come, the bell is rung. No weekends here, you know.
Cancels their choice. Perhaps they're planning something else?
Metro City downtown.
For years. I'm
I'm ready for you.
vision myself
Another
a
mission
champion. One
awaits.
day I might be.
Open those shutters. We're ready to fight.
Real freedom fighter got a problem. What's the deal? Everybody know that I always keep it real.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Parries the attack and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Knockdown. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Brushes off the impact. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Both fighters may be looking to risk going in with an empty SA gauge so they can fill it quickly. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a big gamble and Rip gets him. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Holds out with the block. This fight is just underway. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Misses the grab. Flies in with a headbutt. Big difference if there's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Gets the jump KO. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Goes for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Takes a trip. Punish counter. This could add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Alright, what's coming up next? Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they KO? Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Opts to create space to start. Going on the offensive? Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. Still scrapping for control of the space. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Throw leaves him wide open. The fighters return to the middle of the stage.
Just goes for it at this range.
Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? A quick breather. Blocks it. Gotta be careful not to whip as this drive impact misses. Crowns him from above. Off of me. Finds the target. What's next? Big drive gauge difference here with little life left. Player 2, there's a burnout.
Crashes out the cage right there.
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Flatline zone. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.